Hello viewers, today we will try to get a little idea about ASUS router settings. These routers have almost the same interface. At the very top you will first see the model number of the router, then log out, and then the reboot option, and then the language option. Next option where I am showing circle mark. Here you can see your internet status, and your one IP address is also showing there.
And after that you can see how many clients your network has connected. And on the right side you can see the status of your wireless network. There you can see all the information about your wireless network name and password. And after that you can see the local area IP of your router, and then the login PIN code through the PIN code of your router. You will then see your LAN MAC address, and lastly the wireless MAC address. So far in this video I have tried to show you different parts of network map and status. Let's take a look at the guest option. Now you can see here that we have not enabled guest network yet, so let's enable it and see what kind of options we have to face after enabling it. Now you can see we turn on guest network, and there we first see option of guest network name is coming up. There we have to name guest network, and then we have to update its security system where we want to use security system. After the security system is turned on, we can see that we have to specify some more options here. For example, we can select the access time, where we can set the time from which time the guest network will be on. After that we can see an option called Access Internet. From there, we can select whether the devices using our guest network will get internet access or not. Then we can see Enable MAC filter. Through this option, we can select which devices in our guest network will get internet access and which devices will not have internet access. It is possible to determine whether or not they will get.
The next option is Traffic Manager. Through this option you can see your network usage bandwidth graph in real time. You can see how much incoming band is being used, how much outgoing is being used, and average bandwidth usage information can also be seen here. Then you have the option to display the bandwidth of each connect separately. Here you can see separately how much is being used through your WAR network. Internet is being used, and you can see separately how much bandwidth is being used by your wireless network. After that, you can control the traffic bandwidth of your network. The next option is Parental Control. This option can be seen on almost all types of routers. Inside this option, you can stop a specific device from using the internet if you want, so that your child or anyone else in your network cannot use the internet until the specified time. Many times we see that our children use the internet at night, so through this option you can control how long your child will use the internet. The next option is Wireless General Setting. Here you can change or modify your wireless name in case you want to hide it. Then you can set up your channel bandwidth, channel megahertz here, and you can create your network password from here can do. The next option is WPS or Wireless WPS. Through this option, basically a PIN is generated, and through that PIN you can log in and use the wireless network without the password of the wireless. Personally, I think it is wise to leave this option off because through this option, in many cases, the router can be hacked and someone else can extract the password. Wireless Distribution System function allows your ASUS Wi-Fi router to connect to an access point wirelessly. WDS may also be considered a repeater mode. Set up your primary and secondary routers. The wireless MAC filter is used to manage whether wireless devices connected to the ASUS router can access the internet, enhancing the security of your home network. For example, if you see an unfamiliar phone connected to your ASUS router at home in the list of wireless devices on the router, you can add this phone to the router's Wi-Fi deny list. This phone will not be able to access your Wi-Fi network. This section allows you to set up additional parameters for authorizing wireless clients through Radius server. It is required while you select authentication method in wireless > general as WPA Enterprise / WPA2 Enterprise. WPA / WPA2 Enterprise is only available on single router. Is not available under a mesh mode. This feature is not a Radius server. If you want to connect your router to a Radius server, then this option is for you. Type your Radius server IP address, server port, and connection secret provided by your Radius provider. Click Apply to save the configuration. If you are an expert about wireless router, then this option is definitely for you. From here, you can customize the wireless settings of your router to advanced level. Going into detail about this option here will make the video too big, so I am skipping it here. The next option we can see is called Local Area Network or LAN. Through this option, we can configure the local area IP and subnet mask. And inside it, there is another option called the server through which we automatically connect the devices to the router. An IP is assigned through this server, so you can define how many IPs you want to have from here, and also you can configure the DNA server WSNS server from here. After that, there is an option called route through which you can give some routing direction. For example, it is possible to provide some small information from which lane, which routes will go in which direction. Then there is IPTV. From here, if your ISP provides IPTV service, then the IPTV device will be connected through which LAN port it is assigned from here. After this, there is WAN connection setting. Through this WAN connection, you basically have to bring the internet connection to the router. So this option is very important for the configuration of a router. If you want to connect to the internet through this configuration, you must know at least some things. For example, what type of internet connection your internet service provider provides, such as PPTP, PPTP, static IP, L2TP, automatic IP. If the connection is through automatic IP, then you don't need to do any configuration here. But if PPTP type of connection is provided, then you should at least collect your user ID and password from the ISP, and if there is a static IP connection, such as in this router, static in the case that the connection is used, you must collect information such as IP address and gateway, subnet mask for static connection. After that, many types of ISPs have their personal DNA server from them. In this case, you can get their personal DNA server address from them here. Now many modern ISPs seem to provide connection via IPv6, which is a new type of connection protocol. If your ISP provides IPv6 connection, then you must get all the information about IPv6 and a manual from them to establish the connection. Try it. It will be much easier to configure your router if you only have an IP address to connect to. You can easily set up an IPv6 connection with that IP address. You just need to know and try. This is the most interesting part of this router, from where you can create a VPN server through your router, and through that VPN server you can connect to the client's router. Here you can create PPTP and type VPN servers very easily. The firewall settings of this router include general firewall, URL fielding, keyword filtering, network service fielding, IPv6 firewall. This video has become too big, so I want to discuss these topics in another video in the future. Inside Administrator option we can see Operation Mode, and there inside Administrator Wireless Router Mode, Repeater Mode, and Access Point Mode. From inside Administrate you can change admin password of router. Now where I am showing on the screen, it is possible to change it here. There are many more options which are not possible to elaborate in this video. I hope it will be possible to discuss them in detail with you in some future video. The next option is System Log. In this option you will get the general log where the logs used by the user or this router can be seen here. And then there is the wireless log. Then there is DHCP leases, then IPv6. Then there is the routing table, and then there is the port forwarding. Options like, and then there is connection. Looking at the next option, we can see that there is network tools, and within it there are options like network analysis. Here you will get various tools for doing network analytical, in which you can test the capability of your internet connection. And then there is Net Start, and then there is Wake on LAN. And lastly, I am trying to show you how to set up your internet connection from Quick Setup Wizard. Although it is not wise to set up this connection manually, it is best in coordination method.